Hi everybody, Chicken Hatch Lesson 2. The eggs have been incubating. Mr. Fear, you want to take a look? Get up close. We've been keeping them at 100 degrees, just like the mama chicken. Mrs. Fear's been turning this batch faithfully, and I've been keeping some water in the bottom. So let's talk today about what's happening inside the egg. First of all, want to look inside an egg? The only ones you've ever seen have already been cracked. So there's a few things that you will recognize even when you crack an egg. The yellow part is the yolk. That's the food for the chick. And when the chick first starts growing, it's an embryo right on the yolk. The white part around it is called the albumen, and that's basically just water and a cushion for the chick. Then it's got these little strings that hold it to the egg. This is the part that gets broken and you never see that, but it keeps the yolk in the middle. Something that you don't realize is that there's a little air cell in every egg. Even the ones that aren't going to hatch into chickens have a little air cell. And why do they need air? Because chicks start breathing inside the egg before they even hatch, and they need to have some air. Now, a couple ways you can look at it. If shining some bright light inside. This is a candler. I'm not going to use that because the plug-in bothers me. And this is just a flashlight. Let me show you what this would look like inside an egg that doesn't have a chick. Here's an egg from the store. And so when the light shines through it, it basically is just clear because there's really nothing growing in it. But you might be able to see that even this egg has the air cell in it. Can you see that? Now what we're going to be looking for is things that are changed. Our eggs should look more like this. This is probably about what we just looked at. But if there's a chick growing in it, by day 6, you'll be able to see that little bitty bean shape there. That's a teeny tiny chick. And then it gets darker down here. This is about where we are, day 8, and the chick is a little bigger, and you'll see some blood vessels there. We'll talk about these next week when the chicks are about that age, but you can see that the air cell is getting bigger and bigger so that when the chick is ready to hatch, it has some air to breathe inside the egg. So what we're going to do right now is see if we've got any chicks growing inside any of our eggs. Mr. Fear, we're going to have you turn the lights out. Don't get scared now.
Oh!
And let's open up this one. And maybe we should check on Bob and Larry. Here's Larry. Now, do you see how much darker this egg is than the one that I showed you from the store? That right there is a growing chick.
That's pretty cool.
And Bob, I'm not so sure about Bob. We'll save him for a week and see what happens. This one, I can definitely see the air pocket. Sometimes the shells are just a little too dark to see much in there. We've got some of the little tiny eggs in this one. They might have thinner shells. Let's see what we see in here. Ah.
Look at that one. That's pretty cool.
There is a little chick, and he's even moving around. Can you see him? He's like, what is shining on me? Leave me alone. And there's his big air cell, and you can definitely see the blood vessels that are his food coming to him.
That's pretty cool, Mrs. Fear.
Here's another one.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
There's another one. We're going to have some chickens, boys and girls. That one is over here. You can see just that little dark ball, and he's moving around too. Mr. Fear, you want to get the lights back on?
How you doing, me?
So we've got some chickens, some we're not sure about yet. we'll candle them again in a week and see how much bigger they have gotten. Keep counting. 21 days, total hatch. Bye.